So, as I sit here and watch paint dry while waiting for Affliction League, I figured I'd throw together a video going over some build ideas that have kept me awake at night ever since seeing the new transfigured gems. And before I get into it, a quick disclaimer, I am dog at this game. These are just ideas that have popped into my head. I have no idea what is viable and what is not. That being said, on to idea number 1. With the new patch notes, they've included totems into the Chieftain Ascendancy node that gives you 5% chance to explode anything you kill, dealing 500% of their maximum life as fire damage. They've also included Raised Zombie of Falling, so zombies now fall from the sky, and they apply on minion death effects. So I figured throw totems on there, so you have a bunch of totems making a bunch of zombies fall. You throw some siege breakers on there, so they deal 20% of their maximum life as chaos damage per second on death. And Montrigol's Grasp, so it gives a maximum life. And if the zombies falling counts as a zombie hit, then the zombies hits explode, also dealing 20% of their life as fire damage. So maybe 2 of those, and then a siege breaker or replica siege breaker, whichever one. Might turn out to be pretty decent. Who knows? I don't know if the zombies hits count towards the zombies falling, but I guess we will see. On to the next. Alright, and for idea number 2, probably sticking with the Chieftain Ascendancy, Divine Ire. Maybe Ignite, maybe just Divine Ire totems. Most people seem to complain about Divine Ire having bad clear. But I feel like if you pair it with the new Chieftain change with totems, that might fix your clear a little bit. But I don't know if you'd go Divine Ire Ignite with totems. I don't think they mesh well. So if you just did Divine Ire and totems, it'd probably be like hit based or something. But I have no idea. Like I said, I'm trash. So it's just an idea. Who knows if it's good or bad. All right, and idea number 3, Pathfinder Ascendancy. They've introduced tinctures with the new patch notes. Pretty much they're just flax that apply like build enabling things, essentially. But in combination with Nature's Boon, which is a Pathfinder Ascendancy, gives you 30% increased flask effect to magic utility flasks. They have Nature's Concoction, which if there's a flask on either side of a tincture, they have 30% increased effect, and they also gain 3 charges when you hit an enemy with a weapon no more than once every 1 second. I feel like stacking these things alongside a Pathfinder Ascendancy is going to be very OP, plus any other, method of getting increased flask effect. These would be really good in correlation to each other. Now, for abilities, I have no idea. Probably everyone's going to go Toxic Rain. I don't really like the Toxic Rain playstyle. I'm not a huge fan. I do like Tornado Shot. I don't know if it can be introduced into the Pathfinder Ascendancy somehow to be with this. I doubt it. But I also thought of like maybe Frost Blades or Lightning Arrow. These are all probably trash, but who knows what happens with these tinctures and all the transfigured gems they're coming out with. Okay, number 4. So Ascendancy, I have no idea for this one. I don't know what works, what doesn't. But Flame Dash of Return is also a new gem they've come out with. My initial thought with this gem was to use it with totems, but it says right on the gem you can't use it with totems, traps, or mines, and it can't be triggered. Along with this, I do not see a cooldown time, kind of like your Flame Dash has now, where it's only got 3 charges. I don't see any charges on this one. So this tells me you can just Flame Dash, you Flame Dash back really fast, kind of like you're doing Saitama's sidesteps like really fast. So you combine this with Spell Echo, Unleash, maybe Second Wind. My thought process with this is maybe not the best clear, or maybe an Ignite build with Prolift to clear better. But on bosses, you're just going back and forth constantly, really fast, which just sounds hilarious to me. So yeah. And last idea for build ideas is a Champion Ascendancy with the new Splitting Steel. I personally hate the Spectral Throw Corrupting Fever build. They don't invest enough into projectile speed, so Spectral Throw just feels like garbage with Corrupting Fever. So I figured with the new Splitting Steel changes, maybe Corrupting Fever is good with Splitting Steel, maybe it's not. But if not, you know, you just do splitting steel with return proj, go champion for some sort of tankiness. Maybe not, but you can change the ascendancy, it doesn't matter. Just something with the new splitting steel sounds cool. I've always wanted to try corrupting fever, but I don't like the initial spectral throw that everyone uses. Maybe good, maybe not. Massive brain, maybe I'm cooking. Who knows? Log in, dude. I figured I would also go over the list of builds that I'm considering for League Start. I don't mind that middle picture. I just wanted to fill the dead space with something, so yeah, I feel like that image explains itself. Before I go into my number one, I should probably explain I have played lightning arrow and tornado shot in the past, so I already know those are good, and apparently they're going to be even better in this new patch. I mean, always a solid choice. I feel like most people are going to run this. I just tried leveling as a DD elementalist and also a EA champ, and honestly I didn't mind the playstyle of the EA champ. It just felt a little slow and inconsistent with what it cleared. DD Elementalist, I don't think I've ever died more on a character early on. I just don't like rolling magma leveling. Like I understand how it works and I made it work, but like the level, like Act 1 leveling to like Act 2 was terrible. Like yeah, it sucked. I hated it, but I don't know. I couldn't really vibe with the playstyle. Right out of campaign when I was doing Blood Aqueducts, it didn't really feel that good. Rares were slow to die. Obviously, you know, you scale your gear better, scale your tree better. There was a bunch of things I was probably missing. Same with the champ EA. But overall, just like, I don't feel like I know enough about the mechanics. And then the last one, Guardian SRS. I've never played SRS. I just, you know, I've seen videos of it. I don't really think I'd like the playstyle, but it was a good idea for me because this league, one of my last builds that I tried was the cast on crit Inquisitor. I took Mathel's cast on crit Inquis with Spectral Throw and just changed Spectral Throw to Cyclone, changed the tree around a little bit. But I tried Blazing Salvo, I tried a bunch of different spells, and then I also tried Desecrate Dead and Volatile Dead, which was interesting. And theoretically, if you had all 60 orbs all the time, I think does more DPS than Blazing Salvo, but that's, you know, that never happens. So cast on crit Inquis with Cyclone Blazing Salvo was really good. The damage was pretty good. It was pretty tanky. Just a lot of investment. So I thought that Guardian SRS into cast on crit Inquis might be a good one character league start into endgame build that you can play for a while, but I think I'm just going to stick with Lightning Arrow into TS. I like the speed of it. I like that you can off-screen monsters. It's not as tanky. It probably can't do ultimatums without, you know, good investment. But as of right now, honestly, this is just, I think, leagues above everything else. I think a lot of people disagree and say DD Elementalist is the best, like better all-rounder, able to do all content and better than LA into TS. But for me, playstyle-wise, and what I'm looking for, I think, you know, this is a mapping league. Even with ultimatum introduced, I honestly don't really want to invest like make a build specifically for ultimatums without knowing if the rewards are even good, because I feel like that's just a bait. Mapping is always true, tried, easy thing to do. So now with additional modifiers to it with the Affliction League, I think LA or TS is going to be the way to go. And that's it. So there's only a few more days till league start. My fingers are crossed that it's a fun league for everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube if you want to see more videos from me, and also pop over to my Twitch, leave me a follow on there to see me when I stream. So awesome. Goodbye, exiles.